Welcome back to Tiffin University Dragon Radio Live on Coast Country 100.9 WMJK, part of the BAS Sports Radio Network. We've been talking to all kinds of folks today about the spring sports season coming up, and up next is the baseball team and head coach Joe Wilkins. Coach Wilkins, how you doing today, sir?
Great, you?
Good. This is weird. We used to do this in the broadcast booth together, and we kicked you out of there and put you in the dugout. So how's it feel to be on this side of it now?
I think I like this side a little better.
Oh, thanks. What did I do? What was so wrong with working with me?
No, you just do such a good job on that side of things. You know, I couldn't see myself over there. So.
Well, how's it feel being head coach of the Tiffin University Dragon baseball squad?
It's great. These guys are working hard, and you know you're only as good as the guys you have, and it's a great group, great leadership. We've got 16 seniors. One went down in the fall, so working with 15 seniors right now, and like I said, you're only as good as your leaders, and these guys do a great job.
When you speak about these guys, why don't you guys take turns introducing yourselves? Tell us your name, where you're from, what position you play, what you're studying here at Tiffin University.
My name is Casey Weber. I'm a catcher for the baseball team, studying education, and from Pataskala, Ohio.
I'm Ryan Williams, Maumee, Ohio. I'm a senior outfielder, studying accounting with a forensic accounting minor.
Jordan Stum, senior from Tip City, Ohio, majoring in accounting, and I'm an infielder.
Ryan Locke from Ida, Michigan, and studying business management, and I'm an outfielder.
Brock Mitchell from Bellefontaine, Ohio. I'm a senior studying business management, and I play first base.
Well, Coach, you talked about the seniors that you have coming back this year. Got a lot of depth on this squad. Where's your strengths? I mean, when you talk about baseball, most people say it starts with pitching and up the middle.
Well, with Casey at the catcher's position and two middle infielders back that started last year, one all-league outfielder coming back, and you know, Brock's going to battle for the spot at first base. And you know, we've got a lot of guys on the mound that are coming back. Eric Klepper, Brent Faber, David Blaylock, and Nick Radesky's making a push, looking real good on the mound lately. So you know, we've got a lot of seniors that are going to bide for time. So all over the place.
Well, how important is it for your kids? I mean, everybody knows, you talk about college baseball. You know, you take that trip down south to get the season started. How important is it going to be for your kids to get off to a good start in that trip down south that you're taking here coming up real soon?
Yeah, I think, well, we're going down to play in Chillicothe against Slippery Rock, and Jeff Messer does a good job with those guys. We got to be ready there. The following week, Rick Odette does a great job with St. Joseph's College out of Indiana. Both guys are legends in the coaching world, so we've got to be ready. We will be ready. I mean, these guys can't wait to get outside. I mean, we've been practicing 6 days a week. Sometimes we got to check with compliance to make sure we're not practicing too much. So, I mean, these guys, we want to work to the point to where they just can't wait to get outside and go battle against somebody else, because these guys are like caged animals right now.
Well, it's a better cage to be in than what you had in the past, right? Practicing in the Heminger Center is going to be a little bit different than practicing in the Gilmore Student Center. Why don't one of you young men talk about how much that's been an advantage for you guys as you work towards spring ball? Nobody?
You know, it's definitely a privilege to have that opportunity to use the Heminger Center. It definitely has its perks compared to playing in the gym and blocking on the gym floor and having ground balls on the gym floor. It's definitely a little bit more realistic, but you got to work with what you're given, so we're very fortunate.
Well, Coach, as you look at the GLIAC conference this year, where's the strengths in the conference coming from besides the Dragons?
Well, you know, I hate to mention their name, but Grand Valley is always up towards the top, and Wayne State does a good job. Jamie Detillion and Ryan Kelly do a good job.
Jamie's from Tiffin here.
Jamie's from Tiffin, yeah. Went to Columbian High School, so you know, local product does a good job up there. So we got to battle those guys, and really we got to go in there like you know, it's just another game that we go to Grand Valley again this year. Wayne State comes here, and then we go up there for 1 9-inning game. So just another game. You know, our guys play hard, and if we do everything we can and take care of business, then you know, we can beat anybody. And these guys know that. You know, we've got a lot of depth, a lot of seniors. So with the leadership and the camaraderie, the mesh of these guys, I think, you know, we're not scared to take on anybody.
Well, you can make baseball sound real easy. It's throwing the ball, it's catching the ball, and it's hitting the ball, but it's not really that easy, is it?
No, you've seen Bull Durham, haven't you?
I have, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tiffin University baseball team and Coach Joe Wilkins. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Up next, we'll be talking to the Tiffin University softball team. Yeah, Joe is my broadcast partner in the booth for Tiffin University football for a little while. Coach Nickerson and the softball team coming up next here on Dragon Radio. How you doing, Coach?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Well, the more interesting characters that we get to talk to with the coaching staff here at Tiffin University. But softball team, you guys come in late to the program tonight because you guys were practicing earlier today, right?
Yeah, we're trying to get ready. We play this weekend. Actually, we open on Friday, so trying to get some last-minute things done and prepare for this coming week.
So you guys are heading south then, is what you're saying, right?
Absolutely, down to Alabama.
Alabama. Why don't you let our student-athletes introduce themselves? I see a cast on your hand, though. You going to be able to play this year, or is that going to hold you out?
I hopefully only be out for about 4 weeks, but we got to play it by ear. I'm Amber Young. I'm a senior. I'm a pitcher, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio, majoring in communications.
Okay.
I'm Lacey Herbert.
I think your microphone's turned off.
Yeah, that one. I'm Lacey Herbert from Sterling, Ohio. I'm a senior, and I'm a law enforcement major, and I'm a catcher.
Well, you have a pitcher, you have a catcher here. Is that one of your strengths on your squad this year up the middle, pitching and catching?
Yeah, we have 7 pitchers this year and 3 catchers, so that changed a lot from last year when we only had the two pitchers, and so we did a lot of recruiting, bringing in some pitchers, add some depth to our squad there.
I was going to ask you, when you hit the recruiting trail out there last season, I'm sure that the depth at the pitching position was one thing you really went after.
Yeah, we had to go after a lot. We only are returning 7 players from last year's team, so we have 13 new faces this year.
It's a lot of people to replace coming into a year, so you got a lot of unknowns going into this squad. You're probably going to learn a whole lot about your team down in Alabama.
We're going to learn a lot very quickly. We start off with the University of Indianapolis, and I think they're ranked number 12 in the nation right now. So it's a good test, and it's a good way to start things off.
What about some of these these new softball players you brought in? Talk about maybe something that was a positive surprise that you weren't quite expecting from these young players.
I just think the way that they come in and started playing as well together as a team as we did in the fall. We played 8 games. We won undefeated in the fall, but that's still fall ball, you know. But we still saw a lot of positives. We see a lot of hard work amongst the team, and we're really trying to build a lot of team unity, especially when you got 13 new people, and and the minority is actually returners. That typically doesn't happen. It always is the other way around. So, that was one tough obstacle that our team faced this year.
Well, we talked about the pitchers and catchers. Let's talk about your squad on the defensive side of the ball. You're going to be pretty strong there? With your strengths in the outfield, your strengths in the infield?
I would say our infield, that's where most of our returners are coming back. We're returning our first baseman and our shortstop right now. We'll probably start a new second baseman. We'll start a new third baseman. And I think my 3 outfielders right now, if I had to start tomorrow, would probably be 3 freshmen. So.
All right, and how about offensively? Where's your strengths offensively? Is it speed? Is it power? Is it situational stuff? Where's your strengths?
It's a little bit of everything. We have a lot of offense this year. We have a lot of options. We probably have 12 to 14 kids that I know are going to, help us out there from that side. We got a lot of speed. We got left-handed hitters. I think we got 8 in our lineup on our squad roster. So, we're going to give the teams a lot of different looks.
We'll talk about the conference a little bit. When you're aiming for the top spot in that conference, who's the teams you got to peck away at to get up there?
Unfortunately, it's Ashland, and they're always one of our biggest rivals. We have Ashland, we have Wayne State, and also Grand Valley. Those have 3 been predominantly top 3 teams in our conference.
Talk a little bit about how you hurt yourself. Is that a softball injury, or is that an injury outside of the softball field? She's laughing. I think I just embarrassed her. Make something up. Make it sound cool.
Yeah. Actually, I was just conditioning, and I tripped and fell, and I broke both bones in my arm, unfortunately. We were hoping just to come away with kind of maybe a bruise, maybe overacting a little bit, but unfortunately I broke both. So they said 6 weeks. We're hoping to get back in 4, so we'll see.
Probably killing you, isn't it?
It is. In senior year, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, anything else, Coach, you got for us here? If not, we'll go ahead and let you take your student-athletes down, and we're going to talk to one other person here before we wrap up the program.
No, thanks for having us.
Coach Jeff Nickerson and the Tiffin University softball team here on Tiffin University Dragon Radio. We're going to bring Vickie Galaska up, the SAC advisor for the Tiffin University Dragons here before we close out the program. So she's very reluctant to do this, but we forced her into it. Vickie, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, I had to bring you up here because of the Addison's Wish event that just part 2 just happened this past Saturday at Tiffin University, the basketball game between the Dragons and the Oilers. And it's just a really, really cool event that you spearheaded here. And I just want you to explain to the folks briefly about Addison's Wish, just because it was such a neat thing you guys did.
Basically, what we did was we joined forces with the University of Findlay, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. It was actually 2 of our basketball players that got to talking with University of Findlay athletes, and they decided they wanted to play up the rivalry of the basketball games. So we started off in Findlay and had Addison and her family come and play at Findlay and her basketball teammates, and then we brought her here this weekend, and basically we're raising money for her to make her wish come true. She wanted to go to Nickelodeon Water Park, Universal Studios, and get slimed, and our goal was $6,000, and we met that goal.
Excellent. Congratulations to all those involved with the Tiffin University SAC program. So, Vickie, thank you so much. I know you didn't want to do it, but we're out of time. At least I wanted you to come up and get some recognition for it, because that's really cool stuff. It was great to see the students at the basketball game on Saturday chanting Addison, Addison. That was great as well. Well, we got to thank our sponsors here quick and close up our program. Our sponsors include CF Professionals Incorporated, Gary Gruse's office, the Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, Jim Kennedy's office, Pioneer Mill Restaurant, Ralph's Joy of Living, Seneca Hills Golf Club, State Farm Insurance at Lape's office, Steyer Seeds, Viewpoint Graphics, Tiffin Ace Hardware, and the Animal Hospital of Tiffin. That's going to do it for Tiffin University Dragon Radio Live here from the Pioneer Mill Restaurant. Thanks to all of you who are here tonight. Thanks to all of our coaches and our student athletes. And again, more information on Tiffin University by going to tiffin.edu. More information on the athletics by going to gotiffindragons.com. That's it for tonight. Everybody have a safe and happy evening, and go Dragons!